Today, we're going to take a closer look at Unity software. The stock is up over 26% in the past 5 days, and most of the gain is coming from yesterday, where the stock jumped over 15, 16, even 17% on the day. So today, what I want to do is kind of explain what's happening, why the stock price is up so much, kind of share my overall thoughts, and also kind of discuss if I'm willing to buy Unity at this share price. Let's take a closer look in today's episode. So first, let's try to understand what happened yesterday that really drove the stock price to jump up dramatically. The main reason is Apple yesterday hosted an event, their WWDC 2023, where they introduced numerous things. One of those things was their virtual reality, augmented reality computer, which was what they call it. I believe it was vision computation. And here's this headset. Within this headset, though, just like with any of Apple's new product, it does come with a new operating system, some form of new platform, and some form of kind of an app store. So all that came together, and now developers, if they want to kind of create apps for this kind of new product that they have, this new virtual reality, augmented reality headset, they can use a lot of Apple's old framework that they had, for example, the Swift, the Reality Kit, their AR Kit, but they can also use other tools like their Xcode, Reality Composer Pro, and more importantly, they partnered up with Unity 3D to help bring applications to their VisionOS. Here we can see get started with Unity. If we take a closer look at VisionOS, learn how you can build VisionOS experiences.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
Directly in Unity and discover how Unity developers can use their existing 3D scenes and assets to build an app or game for VisionOS. And this is very interesting. I'll explain why in a bit. But Unity is one of the top game engines that is being used to create games like augmented reality and virtual reality, right? A lot of the meta platforms, Oculus games have been made through Unity. So I think this is a great way for kind of Apple to kind of grab those games that have been created for virtual reality or augmented reality for meta platforms, kind of Oculus platform, and kind of just push it over into VisionOS. So Unity did kind of create a small announcement. They did mention that Unity is having their beta program for creating spatial experiences. Spatial experiences is what they're calling this kind of VisionOS platform. And they do mention that Unity is excited to collaborate with Apple to bring familiar and powerful authoring tools for creating immersive games and apps for this new special computing platform, Apple Vision Pro. And Apple, in the upcoming days, within June 6th, within June 7th, they continue to have this event. It's going to be mainly focused for developers, and we can see within these days, they are going to have classes. For example, Apple's going to be showcasing how to create immersive Unity apps. They're also going to be showcasing classes on how you can bring your Unity virtual reality app to a fully immersive space, which is kind of bringing your existing app into VisionOS. So you might be saying, okay, Jose, why is this a big deal? Well, there's a few ways that Unity can gain some form of revenue or some form of exposure through this. I think the first thing is just pure exposure, right? Unity software. Apple has millions and millions and millions of products out there and developers. Now Apple is kind of showcasing to those developers, hey, if you want to kind of create apps for VisionOS, maybe you should test out Unity. And obviously there's other things. There's like the Watch OS, there's the iOS, there's the Mac OS, and all those different systems. So maybe a developer who has created different apps is now going to try Unity because of this VisionOS. So it's kind of a nice exposure tool for Unity. Now, if we take a closer look at Unity and their kind of financial segment, let's try to understand Unity a little bit more. So Unity has two main segments. First is the Create solution, and the Create solution is form of licenses to kind of use their game engine or the way to create apps. So obviously this could right directly be a great boost for Unity because you're going to start to get new developers using Unity software. So in theory, we should see a boost in Create solution. The second thing that Unity has is a growth solution. And here, the growth solution, they tend to have a lot of things like advertisement. They recently acquired a company called Soars. So now that Unity is going to be used for all these Vision OS applications, Unity's ad solution can also see a nice boost. And again, right now it's mainly used for Vision OS, but as developers get more comfortable with Unity, they might start to use this application for all the other operating systems that Apple has. So we might start to see even more apps being developed. So I do believe this exposure is great news. This exposure is going to help out their Create solution, which is going to increase license, but it's also going to help out their advertisement solution because they're going to be exposed to all these different kind of developers. So I do believe this is really great news for Unity. I personally don't know if it needed a 23 or 20% hike that it saw, but this is a company that has definitely been beaten down dramatically in the past, kind of from its all-time high. We can see from its all-time high, the stock is still down over 81%. I'm not saying we're going to get to those levels anytime soon, but I do believe with the market cap of $13.7 billion at the moment, this is a company I'm willing to invest, right? I kind of talk about it. I really like it when it's sub $10 billion, and it's hit that numerous times. Whenever it's closer to that $30, that's when it's closer to that $10 billion market cap. I've kind of talked about it in other videos where I look at earnings that around that $10 billion market cap. To me, it's a guarantee buy. Maybe not a guarantee because nothing is guaranteed here in the market, but it's definitely at a very attractive level. Here, even at 13.6 billion, I don't think it's completely overvalued. Obviously, there's a lot of headwinds affecting the company. One of the biggest headwinds, in my opinion, is this company has increased their amount of debt and they are diluting their shares a nice amount recently. That seems to be slowing down in both of debt creation and both of dilution creation. And a lot of the other kind of macroeconomics are affecting this company. Right, revenue has definitely slowed down. One of the main reasons is with macroeconomics, advertisement has slowed down dramatically. But to me, that's very short-term pain. So I do believe Unity stock will be very, very volatile for the next few quarters maybe, but I do believe in the long term of things, Unity has some great potential with their game engine and also their advertisement solution. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.